My name's Brad Clark. I'm from Jim's Bookkeeping and Melbourne West is my region. 12 years now. I worked in the banking industry prior to Jim's and it definitely wasn't working for me there. After 20 years working in one place, it was just a dead-end job. I had enough of just working for people I had no respect for. Since joining Jim's, I'm working with inspiring small business people. I'm part of their business. When you work for someone's business, you're part of their family. It doesn't really feel like it's something I really enjoy. I actually went on long service leave from work and was never going to go back, and looked at post offices, food businesses. I was going to be a personal trainer. My wife had a business at the time and she actually had a Jim's bookkeeper, so I just investigated that and thought, no, that's where I belong. And haven't looked back since. I love what I do. Pretty much with bookkeeping is a really restricted term because it actually involves everything related to a business, all the money and cash flows related to a business, all the processes around invoicing, getting paid, paying bills, managing cash flow. So it can be simple as doing a quarterly BAS or setting some up on some software. It can be as complex as managing clients' disputes with staff, dealing with fair work, complaints. So it encompasses a lot. Our businesses cover a lot of aspects related to business. So there is an aspect of business knowledge which you acquire over time and a certain element of business leadership as well. The idea would be to gain enough trust with the client, become a respected advisor. And that doesn't come overnight, that comes over a period of time of building a relationship. So I became a franchisee about 5 years ago. I've got 9 franchisees now. They're all great franchisees, love dealing with them. I've enjoyed watching them grow, watching them develop, and also developing I can see what they're like when they start, developing a certain amount of business acumen where, you can rely on a certain amount of judgment, making a decision based on a certain amount of facts and just recommending a certain way to go. Advice is not always taken, but when I started, I realised that I should tell my client something doesn't look right, and then I'd see what was happening. I made a commitment then to make sure that I tell my clients whatever my opinion is, whether they want it or not. And it's always in their best interest, so they'll listen as well. Firstly, the support is, I suppose it's a lot of support because our industry is regulated. So to do a bookkeeping service, you need to be either a BAS agent or under a BAS agent supervision. So we provide that supervision. Part of it, you do the Jim's generic training, which is excellent. There's a little bit of bookkeeping, which is not how to do the actual work, it's how to run a bookkeeping business. Then we'll start with the Xero certification, QuickBooks certifications, and MYB. So all the software certifications. I generally like to go out to first meetings with clients, and when I got my first lead, I just looked at it and thought, what do I do now? What do I say? Part of the training is how to talk to clients as well, and provide really good service. The most important thing is we want people that can deal with people and build relationships. That's one of the most important things. The reason I left, I had 3 kids. One step, she's in her 30s now, but when my daughter and son were growing up, I was seeing him for 1 hour a night, getting home, going to work early, getting back late. I might read him a book and that was it. And then I actually saw another dad, he was a barrister, and he did all these things, and I thought, well, no, my life can't keep going on like that. It was funny because I didn't know anyone that had a business before either. All my friends were employees, and I know everyone was looking at the time to see how it was going to work out, because it does take an element of, I don't know, when you don't know a lot of people that are working themselves, an element of, there is that leap of faith you have to take. So I'm glad I took it. My wife actually started working. I was did all the housework and took the kids to school and took them to all their sporting things. So my son's old now, he's in he's 19 now, so I've grown up, I've grown up with him. Oh, and still now, I remember years ago, I've actually got a client at Jim's mower, and he's married to one of my friends that I used to work with. Had a barbecue once, and they all were saying, oh, I've got to go to work tomorrow. And I looked at him and he didn't think that. And I thought, I didn't either. I thought, it doesn't feel like work. I don't know, would you be rather travelling around the world? I don't know. I've got that option now. My wife works in airlines, so you probably get sick of that as well. But I know what I'm adding value to something. Oh, it's been excellent. It gives you you're out of your business environment. It gives you a renewed focus. I haven't been focusing on this enough. I've been just focusing on the day-to-day bookkeeping sort of things. We can add more value doing the franchisor business as well, and I need to focus on that. I've only got 9 franchisees, which is good for bookkeeping, but probably not good enough. So it's good to step out and just get you thinking about the way other divisions work. We're all franchisors, but we all should be thinking the same way, I think. But I'd say come just to break your standard thinking that it gives you a lot of good ideas, and it's reinvigorating to do these things as well. Make contact with us. We'll, have a chat, make sure it's right, a good fit for yourself, for them, and us as well. We're serving a small business community who need help, so we want the right people there as well.